All right, good morning and welcome to the Exorbitant Scholarships and Internships webinar. I'm here with a couple of fun guests and our co-host, of course, Michaela Soundy from Grand Island Public Schools. But we have Casey Belitz here with us today. Welcome, Casey.
Good morning, Shonna.
And before we get started, we'll do some intros, but Casey, let's start with you. Tell us who you are, what you do, and then Michaela would love for you to introduce yourself too for people who don't know you.
Well, good morning, everybody. Casey Belitz. I work for the Nebraska Department of Economic Development. Interesting question. If we try to answer what it is I do, I'm not sure quite how to answer that one day to day because it changes. But certainly being part of efforts like we're going to talk about today in terms of growing Nebraska's base of talent and business opportunities, certainly that's part of what I do. So good to be here with you this morning, Shonna.
Thank you. And Michaela.
Yeah, I'm Michaela Soundy. I handle all the work-based learning efforts here at Grand Island Senior High. My previous life, I was at the chamber and I kind of focused on workforce there. And so it seemed like the perfect mold to be able to come and work with the youth here and develop those programs at a younger level.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both. And Casey, Michaela and I are just going to toggle our questions back and forth, the ones I sent you yesterday. So, and then also we might throw some curveballs in there, but we'll try not to. It's usually me who does that, but we'll try to stick to the script.
I believe that.
Michaela, you want to kick us off?
Bet. Casey, will you tell us what makes the Governor Youth Summit that's going to be occurring this year in August different, and why are you choosing to do this now?
Well, it's different in that it's the first time that we have done the event. This is the inaugural Governor's Youth Summit. As we were talking with Governor Pillen about the idea, it just really seems to be a fit for his vision, certainly, but also for this time in history. You know, if you've heard him speak, you've heard him say, we in Nebraska, we don't ever give up on a kid. So, you know, youth is one of the four things that he's really focused his time as governor on. And the idea that we can connect these young people to opportunities in Nebraska is one that resonated with him, with us in the department. And again, I think just with this time in history, the race for talent, the competition for talent is real, not just in Nebraska, but across the country. And so it certainly is incumbent upon us in economic development and our partners to connect with young people and make sure they understand the value of the opportunities that they have in Nebraska and the value they can bring to our state.
Absolutely.
Yep. And so during the event, which is on August 14th, is that right, Casey?
August 14th.
Okay, yep, in Kearney at the UNIS Conference Center, and it's part of the Governor's Summit, just kind of happening alongside the summit. How will you and your team create real-time opportunities for students and employers?
Yeah, well, certainly that was a key element of what the governor asked us to focus on in doing this. You know, if we're going to bring these young people together and connect them with business, what is it that they are going to be able to walk out with, you know, in a measurable, tangible sort of way. And so we decided to focus with his leadership is on that career connection. And I should, you know, specify it's different stages of that career journey. It isn't necessarily a job, may well be a scholarship, an internship, an apprenticeship opportunity that connects young people to Nebraska as well. But we are, and you said it, we are really trying hard for to create a real-time opportunity to connect these young people and opportunities in Nebraska, whatever those may be. So working with our partners at careerpathway.com and Symphony Workforce and others to build out that environment where as students register for the Youth Summit, we're going to gather some career interest information from them and then match that up in advance with an opportunity in Nebraska. That opportunity may be a job offer, it may, but it may also be an internship, an apprenticeship, a scholarship, if that's where they're at in their journey. And that day, our intent is that every student that attends the Nebraska, the Governor's Youth Summit, is going to have a one-on-one conversation with someone about a specific opportunity that that business or school is ready to offer. Now, obviously, no obligation walking in on either side, but we are going to make sure that they have an opportunity right there then make at least one specific and meaningful connection. And frankly, we hope there will be several as they go through the day and just kind of bump into other Nebraska business, government, and academic leaders.
Wonderful. Can you tell us what types of businesses or organizations should participate in the Youth Summit and what value will it bring to them?
Well, I really think it's truly across the board. We hope to have 2-year schools, 4-year schools, other educational paths that are available, and then certainly a wide variety of employers. And those employers could be for-profit businesses, they could be nonprofits, they could be government, they could be schools. There could be colleges that are interested from that perspective as opposed to offering a scholarship or apprenticeship option. So, what we know about workforce and talent today in Nebraska is we've got opportunities across the board. And so that needs to be reflected in the people that are in the room. And as I said, we're working in advance to have that matchmaking element to this done so that we specifically have a business or a school who is coming to meet with Jim, a high school senior from somewhere, So we'll be targeted in that way. But I think at this point, I would tell you that I think it truly is across the board in terms of the businesses that it seems like would and should be interested in this opportunity.
Great. So can you talk to us about how careerpathway.com matches students with opportunities, and what should employers be doing right now to prepare for this event as well?
Right. Yeah, very much appreciate Bo and Maggie and their team at careerpathway.com being a really good partner for us on this. So they've just really taken hold of it and are running with it. So they've got the opportunity for businesses to get onto their platform at no cost as part of the Governor's Summit. And so the business, or the employer, I should say, can list whatever opportunities they have on the platform. And then the students will go to that same platform, and that's where they'll put in their career interests and where they're at in the journey, et cetera. And then Career Pathways, through their technology, through their tool, they can match those up. And that's going to be the connection point for us to say, okay, Jim is meeting with company X at 1 o'clock in the lobby at the Unis Center. And so that's how we're going to make those very specific connections the day of the Governor's Youth Summit. So businesses can go to, we've got a link on the Governor's Youth Summit page that we're doing, but also just go to careerpathways.com either way, and get on there and start listing their information, and that will provide them visibility to these students.
Yeah, that's really great. And just an extra plug for careerpathway.com is, as a business, as you put your information on there, I kind of liken it to kind of like TikTok for businesses. I hate to say that, but it's a little bit like that. But it's great for students to get a feel for what the culture at that company is like, as well as see those opportunities and what the potential pathways into that company are. So I think it's a great way to prepare students to be ready to talk to you on the day of the summit. I didn't ask this. I'm sorry, Casey. I meant to throw in Symphony Workforce as well, but can you talk to us about what that looks like for the summit as well?
Yeah, that's going to be one of the ways that we sort of lift up the students who are part of this and highlight their skills and abilities. So Symphony Workforce, and I'm not going to do justice to Todd's platform. It's just really it's cool. I think from a student perspective, I think that's a word that fits. taking the career journey, taking the career preparation journey, and making it a game, gamifying that process. And so what we will do specifically there is we are building out exactly what the particular competitions are going to be, but the students will have the opportunity over the course of the summer to compete in those various skill areas. And then when we get to the youth summit, as I said, it'll be an opportunity for us to lift up to the businesses in the room, to other employers who are at the summit. Here are students that were the best of the best, or the top of the competition through Symphony Workforce in this area and in this area. And maybe you should walk right over there right now and connect with those students. That's our vision for how that works. We really don't want any of these students walking out of that building without having been told multiple times, hey, we'd be interested in having you on our team, or at the very least, hey, we want to talk to you next week.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing from both sides, and if Bo and Todd are on here, they can correct me, hopefully. But I see like career pathway as a way for the businesses to showcase who they are, and Symphony Workforce to be a way for students to showcase what they can do. And so matching those up and just really kind of making those early connections for folks to say, hey, I really want to talk to this individual, this student, or this company. That makes a lot of sense. No objections. They may not be here.
No, you just got it right.
Casey, tell us what your message would be to youth that are planning to attend the summit so that they can make the most out of the experience while there. What message would you have for them?
Yeah, I would say, not that you have to necessarily bring a resume with you or whatever, but come prepared to have meaningful conversations about where it is that you're interested in going. And right alongside that, come with an open mind about what that answer is, because you'll have the opportunity to interact with Nebraska employers in a wide variety of career areas. So maybe there's a conversation that takes you outside of what you thought the path was for you as a student. We've all been there, right? We don't know necessarily when we are 18 or 20 or even 45 where it is that we're going to end up. So yeah, come prepared, but also come with an open mind, and really just come prepared to meet people. Put your hand out, shake somebody's hand, introduce yourself, make your case, and explore the possibilities that Nebraska has to offer.
Absolutely. I always tell kids when I'm meeting with them to one, get comfortable making yourself uncomfortable, right? Pushing yourself outside that comfort zone. And the path isn't straight. I get juniors and seniors and they're like, I don't know what I want to do when I leave high school. And I'm like, that's okay. You don't have to know right now. Like, it's a journey. So
exactly.
That's great. So for the business community side and parents, schools, all of those folks, how can they support this effort before and after the event?
Well, certainly sharing the opportunity with the young people in your lives is probably number one. We know it's the first time we've done it. We know August 14th is the start of the school year, but obviously if it's going to coincide with the Governor's Summit, that's the date. So we understand those things. So we know that we need, whether it's parents or schools or others, to share this opportunity, encourage young people to take advantage of it. So that's certainly number one. Businesses, employers generally, get onto that platform and make sure that your opportunities are available for us to match up with students. We are looking for enough financial support to cover the cost for those students. Obviously, we don't want to charge them to come to this, and so we are looking for sponsorship. So if you're interested in supporting this kind of mission financially, reach out. We can give you the details. But number one, I think, without question, is make sure that Nebraska's outstanding young people know about this and encourage them to sign, to register, get connected, and be there in Kearney on the 14th of August.
Awesome.
So I
What do
know,
you-
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
You go, Michaela.
We're just curious what you hope is a lasting impact of the first summit for the Nebraska's future.
So our measurable outcome is that every student has made one specific connection. So that's bottom line. That's what we want to make sure happens. From that, I'm pretty confident actually that we will have students that find their path in Nebraska that maybe weren't going to before this day. And so, you know, what's the lasting impact of that? Oh man, who knows? Because that can be big. That can have a lot of ripples if we get even 20 or 30 really talented young people that decide they're staying in Nebraska instead of going somewhere else. Who knows how that changes our future, right? So we're dreaming big about the impact that this might have, but more tangibly, what we want is every student has a connection made that day that they're either following up on the next week, or maybe they've already got an offer when they walk out the door. That's what we're trying to make happen. We know it's an ambitious goal, but that's how we do things in Nebraska.
Great. And I would like to also plug internany.com for employers out there and even students who might be listening or who this might go along to. That is active with great job opportunities. We just hired an intern through internany.com, and we had over a dozen like really great candidates and found one who is a student at UNO. She's exceptional. She just completed an intern at Union Pacific, I think. So, you know, it's just a great platform. And then Exarban also offers scholarships. So we'll be at the summit promoting those. So students who are pursuing STEM degrees in Nebraska through our community college partners, or if you're a mentee. We also have scholarships through teammates. So definitely visit us at the summit. Casey, any closing comments before we go to Q&A?
I think just in terms of maybe going all the way back to the first question and why now is the time, or why does this matter? Life is Calling campaign, which is an effort on behalf of the state of Nebraska to recruit more people to move Nebraska, take advantage of our career opportunities, et cetera. As part of that, we engaged a research firm.
He'll be back.
Technical difficulties.
Okay.
Looks like I went away for a moment for no good reason. So part of what that firm learned in surveying Nebraska young people, I found pretty striking. So when they asked, are you thinking about staying in Nebraska? Are you thinking about going somewhere else? About 60% said most likely Nebraska is where our career path is. However, when they asked if you had a career opportunity in front of you that was the right pay, right career for you, then what are the odds? 95% said, oh yeah, if I had the right job, I'd be in Nebraska. The other 5% said maybe. Not one of them said, no, I'm leaving the state anyway. So right there is the number from 60 to 95. That's the impact we can have if these students understand the career opportunities that exist in Nebraska. And both internal and external audiences in that survey rated Nebraska higher on quality of life and cost of living and all of those aspects, great place for my family, than they did on the job. And I'll bet you every one of us knows that isn't necessarily the case. It's just that we need to do a better job of making young people, and maybe not just young people, aware of the outstanding careers that are available today in Nebraska. And that's precisely what this youth summit is intended to do. It's what it's going to do. So that number is one that's going to stick with me. We have to show these young people that that they have an opportunity that's pretty exciting in almost any career field in Nebraska.
That's
I
wonderful.
think you just nailed on the head why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I felt like there's such a gap. You know, where they're going through high school and maybe they're going on to college or they're going into the workforce, but they really don't know the opportunities that are in front of them and available. I think we have to connect them, and we have to connect them younger.
And the governor always says we need to do a better job of marketing ourselves, and bragging about the awesome opportunities here in Liverpool is the only way that they'll know. We have to tell them. So
That's right.
Sheila O'Connor asked, Casey, is there a limit to the types of employers, construction, manufacturing, healthcare, et cetera? Do you have a limit?
We don't necessarily have a limit to the type. We do. I mean, you know, just a practical matter. There's only so much room in the room, and so we are going to. We'll have to limit it to something like 3 or 4 representative employers in each of the. I think we've settled on 6 career clusters or career bubbles. Just purely as a practical matter, we just only have so much space in that room. But we will very intentionally have a wide variety of employers that are in that room. That's the point. Nebraska really does have a breadth of opportunity. So not limits in terms of the type, but we do have some limits just in terms of space.
Any other questions? I did add a few links into the chat, including a link to the Youth Summit info page, which includes a registration button, careerpathway.com, Symphony Workforce, which includes info on Find the Why, and then Casey's email address if you have questions about the summit or want to learn more about sponsorship opportunities. Anything else either of you would like to share this morning? Okay. Well, thanks.
From my
go ahead.
From my perspective, I would just say this has the opportunity to be a really important first step. And I would say it is certainly that. You know, I don't think any of us intend for this to be a one-time thing. So this has the opportunity, the potential to be a big deal. If we're connecting our young talent in more effective and direct ways to the opportunities that exist, that's important work. And I will say I've been very gratified by the amount of interest we've had in the early going here from the employer side. But I really do hope we'll take advantage of it on that side of things. And then I hope we will be out evangelizing to our young people that this is a day that they should take advantage of as well.
Wonderful. I can't wait. I'm excited to see how the pilot goes, and I know it'll just continue to grow year after year. So thank you so much, Casey, for leading this, and Michaela, as always. And yeah, have a great day, everybody.